What is your earliest memory?
The orphanage on fire.
This was such a great script and had such potential to be something that was just challenging and different.
You're being facetious.
No, I'm not really. The orphanage I was in caught fire. November the 5th, 1979. Luckily, no one was hurt.
As an actor, it was a pleasure to get hold of something like this and play a character that was different to stuff I'd done before and actually lose myself in it a little bit.
Do you have a title?
Decades of Death.
Chilling.
I've heard this a few times, that people say, you know, first films are often, they might not necessarily be good, but they'll always be interesting because the directors go into it with a kind of, yeah, let's do it, it's the first time.
It's a detective story. You know, how do they get there? What fills them with the need to victimize and kill? Why choose mass murder?
Whatever happened to the hedgehog?
It's a very enjoyable, very beautiful film, I think. I think the look of it is great. It's very fastidious in that respect, you know, the aesthetic is really sort of like honed.
Well, that was one of the looks that I was really kind of keen to try and get across, is the colouring of things like Amélie and Delicatessen, because I just think they're such beautiful films, and the characterisation within them is just. There's a few similarities really with what we were doing with Fantastic Fear, really.
What? I didn't mean to become a children's author. It was a terrible accident.
I always, you know, when I first looked at the idea and was confused because it was Crispin Mills who was the lead singer of Kula Shaker, and you know, weirdly we found ourselves shooting on the same soundstage where Haley met his dad, you know, that Roy Bolting and Haley Mills made The Family Way and fell in love. So we were playing in the place where Crispin's very birth had been determined, you know, which felt kind of spooky and right.
I thought I was being an actor when I was about 8. I just did get offered a part when I was about 8 or 9, and my mum wouldn't let me do it. No, darling, it's too much. You know, you must continue to study, you know, glaciers and things like that. When I was doing at school.
It's good advice.
Yeah, but you know, you have to be really, really in love with films and that whole world and writing. You have to love it and be compulsively drawn into it in order to work, because it's a crazy business.
I was hanging around theatres a lot when I was a kid, and I was involved with a lot of people that were into sort of amateur dramatics and took a real interest in performance. And then I felt, whilst doing drama at Bristol, that I didn't particularly want to be an actor, and stand-up was something I'd also been interested in. And so I started to do that. And as a stand-up, you have to write your own material, so it was through stand-up that I got back into acting when I developed a certain amount of autonomy and thought, okay, I can write my own stuff and generate my own work if needs be. I don't have to always be at the beck and call of casting directors. And that kind of was how it happened. And now I'm in a fortunate position whereby I can write my own material and produce my own films, but at the same time go off and work with people I admire, like JJ and Steven Spielberg and people like that, you know.
I'm sick of these irrational fears. Like the bloody laundrette, it's stopping me from living my life.
The key piece of advice is to just be single-minded and don't be half-hearted. You can't half-ass it. You have to utterly go for it and take the knocks.
I think with music videos, I mean, I've always said you can go out there and make something, and if you do like a band, go out there and pick a track off their album, go out there and shoot it, shoot your idea, get your friends involved, you shoot a little story and send it to the band. I mean, they're online, they're on Facebook, they're on MySpace or whatever, you know, like.
You must return to the scene of the crime. Begin a new life, free from fear.
It's easy to download, but the thing is that the more you do it, it's just making it very, very difficult to pay for films to be made, and you're going to end up only with really cheap films.
Yeah, there's less and less money in the industry every single year, and I think by people not buying these things when they come out or going to see them at the cinema, it kind of makes you think, why are you doing it?
What's the point? We spend so much time making these films look as beautiful as possible and make the experience of watching cinema as fruitful as possible, and then you go watch it on a computer screen or watch it with someone's head in front of you. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, for your own, if not to save the film industry, for your own enjoyment, you know.
I'll see you.
You know me. I'm sensitive. I've never even bought toilet roll.
Excuse me. Are these yours?